All right, following that break.
Sad but true.
Chris Paul has entered the league's COVID protocol. We do not have any idea yet just how long he'll be apart from his team.
Give me the calendar. I believe if the series that they're waiting on goes to Game 7, they wouldn't play until Tuesday. From what I understand, Malika Andrews reporting this morning that CP3 is vaccinated, and that should shorten the time within this protocol.
His vaccination status will go a long way towards determining how long he is gone. And
whenever he gets back, remember, he can't practice with the team. He can't be around the team at all. So whatever continuity and chemistry you've been able to develop outside of games, that's going to be lessened a little bit.
Will he miss one game? Will he miss no games? I'm not sure. But you take Chris Paul away from that team, all right, every team has a heartbeat. And Chris Paul is the heartbeat of the Phoenix Suns.
I don't like this team to get out of the finals if they don't have Chris Paul, if it gets to that.
I don't think this team wins the NBA Finals. I'm going to go out and say it right there because that's how important Chris Paul's been to this basketball team.
It is a shocking development that broke moments ago. The Phoenix Suns' Chris Paul is out indefinitely and has entered the NBA's COVID protocols. Paul's protocol entry, which was first reported by The Athletic, is the first situation of its kind involving a prominent player during the playoffs. This year, a rise in player vaccinations and the slowing of the virus nationally have left the NBA largely untouched, especially compared to the regular season, when 31 games were postponed due to positive tests and contact exposures. In its last 2 weekly reports released on June 2nd and the 9th, the NBA announced that no players had tested positive. Typically, players who test positive must remain sidelined for 10 to 14 days, while players who have been vaxxed or who don't test positive after a close contact with someone else who tested positive are able to return more quickly, such as Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons missed roughly a week after an exposure over All-Star Weekend. Previously, there was one puzzling quote, per se, from Chris Paul. Here's what it was via one Phoenix Suns reporter. I think all of these situations are personal type decisions. He said they'll keep talking about it in the NBPA, but don't see any kind of mandate coming. That was back in the beginning of March. Fortunately, Jalen Rose now just broke this piece of news.
What is your reaction to this news about Chris Paul?
Unlike Kawhi, this one isn't doom and gloom for me because they're off this week. He's already been vaccinated.
It's possible that Paul, 36, may not be available to play at the start of the upcoming Western Conference Finals, but we don't know when that series will begin. The NBA has not yet released the schedule for the upcoming Conference Finals, and the Suns are still waiting to find out which team they'll be facing. The winner of the series between the Jazz and Clippers will take on Phoenix, and that series is currently tied at 2 apiece. The protocols are the league's playbook for handling all matters related to the coronavirus this season. There have been examples of players missing multiple weeks following positive COVID tests. There have also been examples of players missing very short amounts of time for matters such as contact tracing investigations. In March, the league also relaxed some of the protocols that were put in place last fall, doing so in response to players and coaches choosing to receive the vaccine that protects against COVID. But the league also cautioned at that time that if an individual has symptoms consistent with COVID, the previous protocols apply, which would still mean that anyone with those symptoms may be subject to quarantine regardless of their vax status. This brings us to the case of golfer Jon Rahm. At the time, Rahm held a 6-shot lead after 3 rounds at the Memorial and was the Ohio event's defending champ, so he had to like his chances of earning another title and $1.7 million for the winner's purse. He then received the unfortunate news that he tested positive for COVID, his tournament was over, and someone else would win the money. Crestfallen and saddened, it is yet another reminder to get vaccinated. Looking back on it, yeah, I guess I wish I would have done it earlier, he said. PFT's Mike Florio had a different view, mainly with the sport he covers, the NFL. There's a belief that players reluctant to get the COVID vaccine will have a change of heart if/when a high-profile NFL player who hasn't been vaxxed suddenly isn't available to play in a key game due to COVID. The news that Suns guard Chris Paul has landed in the NBA's COVID protocol and is out indefinitely from the NBA playoffs provides a clear example of what can happen even as the world embraces a return to normalcy. It's unknown whether he's vaxxed or not. If so, his absence could be short. Regardless, the Paul situation shows what can happen and how quickly it can occur.